Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman, the podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. And now, reading Birthday Partium, Jimmy and J.R. J.R., from last time, in Chevy Chase, Potomac, in his home, Blake Carter comes home to find his wife in bed with her tennis coach. He assaults him and is arrested. That combined with Blake's blatant opposing of Newt Gingrich, those two combined made Jim cancel his appearance on the Blake Carter radio show. Yesterday, January 7th, Jim had blasted into J.R. for calling Charlie and asking him to meet him at the Mayo in Phoenix. Betsy took a horsewhip to him that afternoon, threatening him with it if he continues to not do right by J.R. Some of Grandma Elizabeth's things are all loaded into a moving truck and transported to her apartment that would be attached to the Richland and later to the apartment that is attached to the Hendrick Mansion in Washington, D.C. After meeting with Bonnie McCallaghay in Fort Worth, Jim set up a small business plan that involves tax cuts, federal state programs, faith-based initiatives, and grants in aid for the poor to start their own small business. J.R. had breakfast with Ken and then dinner with Brad and Jim Bob at a local steakhouse that night. Carter attorney Gorder Benchlow says that Carter intends to plead guilty at a sentencing hearing on January 19th, at which time the prosecutorial terms would be 1 year probation, with terms set forth by both counsel and the judge at hand. 3:25 a.m. Jim wakes up and comes downstairs. Today was the 1 year birthday party of his firstborn grandson, and he was certainly looking forward to it. 4:20 a.m. Sitting in the living room at Swainfield, Jim remembers how Betsy was going to fly back to Dallas to meet J.R. Madison was going to leave George with his grandmother. And Kyle was to take cows at auctions in Lubbock and Amarillo that weekend after visiting Irving, Texas. So it would just be Madison and Andrew driving up to Gainesville to meet Betsy and J.R. 6:40 a.m. J.R. walks down the stairs into the living room when he sees his father. You're so slouchy and so sloven. You can't pass going to church like that, Jimmy demanded. Daddy, get off my case. This is all you do? Betsy walks into the living room, listening to the argument. Break it up, both of you, Betsy said, stomping her feet. Now this is Andrew's first birthday party. I'll be damned if you ruin our firstborn grandson's birthday simply because you two have a feud. I think all three of y'all need to watch your mouth, Elizabeth said. JR, go upstairs. Sophie and Adam will help you with the clothes, Betsy says. Then as he goes upstairs, she turns on her daughter and son-in-law. You don't want him with Charlie? This right here is why he's with him, Elizabeth growled. 8:30 a.m. JR, Betsy, and Elizabeth get into Elizabeth's 1983 Cadillac limousine with driver to go to church. In the white Chrysler is Jim and Christine. 9:30 a.m. at Medesa Heights Baptist Church. Pastor John San Jose, the interim pastor, delivers a stirring message about Jesus healing the leper. 9:15 a.m. With George and Andrew in the hands of Kyle and the governess, Madison goes to a bakery in Medesa, the only bakery in the area that is open on Sunday, to get Andrew's birthday cake, which was chocolate with orange and blue icing. Atop the cake was a blue and white prayer candle. 12 p.m. Back at the ranch, the family arrives, and Jim already has the servants out there on the patio barbecuing brisket, ribs, and chicken. Jukebox Junkie by Ken Mellons is piped into the house as JR slips upstairs. JR was not too kindly disposed to talk to Kyle's friends, except for James Moorhead, who was conspicuously absent, having been sent to Bosnia 2 days ago. In August 1994, Kyle attended the wedding of James Moorhead and his high school sweetheart, Dora. Dora shows up at the party, 5 months pregnant with who would be her baby girl, Kaylee, born May 19th, 1995, at Walter Reed Hospital. Dora was one of the ones who took care of Elizabeth in the summer of 1995, while her husband was deployed in Bosnia. 1 p.m. JR is in his room, and he can clearly hear Christine arguing with their father about having to return on the 6:30 p.m. private jet flight back to Washington, D.C. 2:35 p.m. Jen is disappointed that Claude had turned down his invitation to the party. Jim is delighted to find another guest that flew in from Dallas today. Andrew House, who will be flying with Jim and JR tomorrow morning to go to Phoenix for the week's Business Families Union convention in Phoenix. Business Families Union was a federation of conservative businesses in the southwestern U.S. states, founded in 1991 by Jacob Pembroke, an attorney, a lawyer, and professor for the conservative cause. 3:05 p.m. Andrew House and his wife Margaret arrived for the birthday festivities. 4 p.m. Happy birthday being sung. Everyone eats cake and ice cream and enjoys the festivities as country music is being played instead of the usual fare being played around Christmas time. 6 p.m. With Darren having taken Christine to the airport, everyone sits down for a birthday dinner. For the first birthday, Andrew gets a bouncing small toy dinosaur from Jim and Betsy, a toy car from Kyle and Madison, and some bathroom toys from Grandma Elizabeth and Christine. 8:05 p.m. The party being over, the family settles down with house guests Amron and Andrew and Martin House, who would be taking the 5:20 a.m. charter jet with Jim and JR for Phoenix. There's 12 bedrooms in the main ranch house at Swainfield. At the bottom floor was Jim and Betsy, along with Elizabeth. On the second floor, Thomas with little Thomas. That's 4. 5, JR. 6, Christine. And then Andrew and Margaret House had 7 of the 12 bedrooms. 9:15 p.m. In the upstairs den, JR gets a text from someone, but he declines to answer it. He then picks up the phone to call Jennifer Bowers. No answer. Hope you enjoy listening to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Night. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of the adventure. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time. This is the James Hendrick Empowerment Network saying until next time, get ready for the rest of the story. It gets a bit bumpy from here.